Welcome to our virtual classroom. Join me for some fun learning. Welcome to Story Time. It's Miss Nicole of Legacy Lineage Online Learning here to read Feast for 10. We have been reading stories about food because we're getting ready for Thanksgiving is coming up. And we started with a book that was about food for thought when we read Gardening Your Mind. It's not literally about eating or about food, but there's a phrase called food for thought. And it did talk about vegetation that grows. And then we read, What Should I Make? And we enjoyed Niraj and his delicious chapati, and we talked about bread, and I shared some memories with you about bread. And this is one of my favorite Feast for 10. This reminds me of cooking and Thanksgiving and holidays at my grandma's and my great grandma's. Feast for 10. I am reading, look at me, look at me. Time to put the toys away and listen to what I say. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. This is the front of the book. This is the back of the book. This is the spine. This is the spine. This is the front of the book. It tells us the name, Feast for 10. And this is the back of the book. It lets us know it's the end. And this is the spine. This is the spine. And the spine of the book holds the book together, just like the spine that you have in your back holds your body together. All right, Feast for 10. How many? 10. Can you put up 10? All right, let's count them. Let's count backwards. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, now let's count up to 10, but let's do it in Espanol. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. You guys remember the song that we sang when I did Hispanic Heritage Month and I read Margit y Margarita and 1, 2, 3? All right, we're going to sing those songs. Here we go. Well, we're just going to sing the counting song because I think we did a couple songs, but it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can count to 10. I can count to 10. All right, now we're ready to read. Feast for 10. One cart into the grocery store. 2 pumpkins for pie, 3 chickens to fry. 4 children off to look for more. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in Espanol. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 5 kinds of beans, 6 bunches of greens. And let's look at the kind of beans that they have. Lima beans, that's 1. Pinto beans, that's 2. Green beans, that's 3. They call these butter beans or wax beans, that's 4. And then jelly beans, that's 5. All right, let's count those 6 bunches of greens. Here we go. One, uno. Two, dos. Three, tres. Four, cuatro. Five, cinco. Six, seis. Seven, dill pickles stuffed in a jar. Do you guys like pickles? My favorite pickles come from Trader Joe's. They are so cool and crisp and crunchy and so refreshing. Six dill pickles stuffed in a jar. Let's see if we can count all those pickles stuffed inside and get to seven. Here we go. Here we go. One, two, three is right there. But behind it is 4, 5, 6, and 7. Looks like she likes pickles too. Like she's saying, can we have pickles, please, mommy? Please, please. 8 ripe tomatoes, 9 plump potatoes. 8 ripe tomatoes. Let's give them a count. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. And then there's another group of 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 groups of 4 made a total of 8 ripe tomatoes. All right, now over to the 9. What kind of? Plump potatoes. Here we go. So she has one in her hand. They're working together. See, the brother is holding the bag and the sister is putting the potato in the bag. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. Come on, help me pretend to put them in the bag. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thank you. 10 hands help load the car. So everybody is working together to help load the car. So let's see. How many people do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the baby is here. So the baby is 6, but she's not helping load the car, so we won't count her hands. But each person who is helping load the car has how many hands? 2. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 5 people with 2 hands each equals 10. Then 1 car home from the grocery store. Now let's see what they do. 2 will look, 3 will cook. Do you know that you can learn a lot just by spending time in the kitchen? If you're too young to help cook yet, you can still learn lots from watching cook. And they are a little older, so they actually get to help. So 2 are looking and learning, and 3 are learning by doing. 4 will taste and ask for more. And that's another thing. If you hang around in the kitchen, sometimes you get a little taste. And what did they make here? They bought, what did they buy for their pie? Pumpkins for pie. And once they get a taste, they're like, ooh, it tastes delicious, Mama. Can I have some more? 5 empty cans, 6 pots and pans. And what do you notice that the dad is doing with the 6 empty cans? What do you notice that he's doing? 5 empty cans. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, he is putting them in the recycle bin. That's very important. To reduce, reuse, and recycle. Now it says 6 pots and pans. Let's see. How many on top of the stove? How many on top of the stove? Right. If you're looking up here, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 on top. How many are going in to the oven? How many are going into the oven? 2 pies. So 1, 2 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. All together it equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pots and pans. 7 more carrots to wash and peel. And they're working together. Looks like she's doing the washing and he's doing the peeling. And I see 3 here. And then I see 3 more. So that makes 6. Plus the 1 more that she's going to get equals 7. So 2 groups of 3, these 3 and these 3 equal 6. And 1 more is 7. 8 platters down, 9 chairs around. It looks like Mama mixed the green beans in here. So I guess that is kind of like a green bean casserole if they're all mixed, because I see the green beans and the pinto beans and the butter beans. I see the pickles on a tray. Looks like she got those chickens for frying. The collard greens that they had 6 bunches of collard greens. Remember those 9 plump potatoes and those 7 types of, those 7 carrots and the ripe tomatoes. And here's brother, he's bringing over a 9th chair. So 8 platters down and 9 chairs around. 10 hungry folks to share the meal. Are you having people at your house for Thanksgiving, or are you going to people's house for Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving may be different this year because everyone won't be getting together. So there might be smaller amounts of people, but you might still gather with maybe grandma and grandpa, or abuela and abuelo. And maybe this is tío or titi, auntie or uncle, brothers and sisters, hermana and hermanos, mommy and daddy, madre y padre. The end. And at the end, they got that 5th type of bean was what? The delicious jelly bean. The end. And there is another story and story time. If you go into our library, you will see Full of Love. I love that story too, and it's very soulful, and it has all these kind of foods that the grandma cooks up, because JJ is hungry and ready to eat, but grandma's waiting for the rest of the family to come. And all that table, I think she has peach cobbler with raspberry sauce, and I think it says apple pie and macaroni and cheese. So if you're interested in another story that is kind of has a Thanksgiving theme to it and feel to it, look for Full of Love. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. And remember, you are the you in unique.